In Buddhism, the concept of energy is fundamental. Everything around us, every person, every object, has a unique energy that can either nourish or deplete our spirit. This energy is not something we can see, but we can certainly feel its effects on our emotions, thoughts, and overall well-being. It's the invisible influence that subtly impacts our daily life, whether we are conscious of it or not. Many ancient cultures and philosophies have recognized this concept of energy. The Chinese refer to it as qi, the Indians call it prana, and the Polynesians speak of mana. Regardless of its name, the idea is the same. Energy is everywhere, and it affects everything. When we accept items from others, whether as gifts, inheritances, or secondhand purchases, we are not just receiving physical objects. We are inviting the energy attached to those objects into our lives. This energy can come from the person who owned it, the place it resided, or even the circumstances surrounding it. Understanding this is key to ensuring that what we bring into our lives supports our spiritual growth and well-being, rather than hindering it. So, let's dive deeper into 9 specific objects that you should be cautious about receiving from others. Each of these items has unique energetic properties and can significantly impact your life if not handled mindfully. 1. Mirrors. Mirrors have long been considered mystical objects. They don't just reflect our physical appearance, they reflect and absorb energy. In many traditions, mirrors are seen as portals to other realms, capable of capturing the energy of anyone who stands before them. This is why receiving a mirror from someone else, especially a used one, can be risky. The mirror could be carrying the emotional residue of previous owners, anger, sadness, or even fear. Imagine a person who spent years gazing into a mirror, battling negative self-image, or going through a tumultuous period in life. All those emotions, all those mental states leave an imprint on the mirror's surface, lingering long after the person is gone. If you bring such a mirror into your home, you might start feeling uneasy or notice subtle shifts in your mood and thoughts. To protect yourself, always cleanse mirrors you receive, whether through smudging with sage, using sound vibrations like the ringing of a Tibetan bowl, or even visualizing a bright white light purifying its surface. The Buddhist teaching of mindfulness encourages us to be fully aware of what we invite into our lives, and this applies to something as seemingly benign as a mirror. Don't just see it as a piece of glass. Understand that it is a vessel that can either bring positivity or negativity depending on how it's treated. 2. Salt. Salt is another potent energy carrier. Known for its purifying properties, salt has been used across cultures to cleanse spaces and protect against negativity. Yet, this very power to absorb and neutralize energy can also make salt problematic if received from someone else. Salt handled by another person could carry traces of their emotional states and intentions. Consider a scenario where someone offers you salt during a time of personal turmoil. If they were in a state of distress or negativity when they handled it, those vibrations could become trapped in the salt. When you use it in your home, it might subtly transmit those negative energies into your space, affecting your mood and well-being. To cleanse salt, leave it under sunlight for a few hours, or dissolve it in water and then pour it into the earth, symbolizing a release of any negativity back into nature. These practices align with the Zen concept of maintaining purity in both body and mind by actively choosing what energies we allow to linger in our lives. 3. Mattresses. One of the most personal items we interact with daily is our mattress. We spend a third of our lives sleeping, and our mattresses absorb our emotions, thoughts, and even physical states. Just as a good night's sleep can rejuvenate us, a mattress filled with negative energy can deplete us. Receiving a used mattress from someone else could mean inheriting their stress, anxiety, or even illnesses. Imagine a mattress from someone who went through a period of grief or suffered from insomnia. Night after night, their restless energy seeped into the fabric, leaving behind a residue that you may unknowingly absorb. If you've ever slept on a bed that didn't feel quite right or experienced troubled sleep after acquiring a second-hand mattress, it could be the energies trapped within. To cleanse a mattress, expose it to the healing rays of the sun. Sunlight not only sanitizes but also energetically cleanses. Sprinkle a layer of salt over the surface and let it sit for a few hours before vacuuming it away. The salt will absorb the negative energy, leaving the mattress refreshed and energetically neutral. 4. Wallets and bags. Wallets and bags carry our most personal belongings, our money, identification, and sometimes items of sentimental value. They're closely tied to the energy of wealth and prosperity. Receiving a second-hand wallet or bag can influence your financial situation and sense of security. Let's consider the story of a person who accepted a wallet from a friend going through financial hardship. Despite making no changes to their financial habits, they noticed a sudden shift in their own finances, a series of unexpected expenses, or a general sense of scarcity. This could be the transferred energy of lack and struggle. To cleanse wallets and bags, place them in sunlight or moonlight for a few hours. Placing a small bowl of salt inside them overnight can also help to absorb any unwanted energy. For an additional boost, consider placing a crystal known for attracting prosperity, such as citrine or aventurine, inside the bag. 5. Locks. Locks are symbols of protection, keeping unwanted forces out and safeguarding what's within. But when you receive a lock that was previously used, it might carry the energy of the place it was guarding. Whether it's a lock from an old home, a business, or even a safe, its energetic history can influence the environment it's brought into. If the lock was involved in a place that experienced break-ins, fear, or loss, those energies might still be attached. Using such a lock in your own home could bring a sense of unease or insecurity. Always cleanse locks before using them by rubbing salt over them and washing it away, or placing them under sunlight to release any trapped energy. 6. Jewelry. Jewelry is deeply personal and intimately connected to our bodies, often worn for long periods and even passed down through generations. When you receive a piece of jewelry, you are also receiving the emotional and energetic history of its previous owner. That beautiful antique ring may have witnessed a lifetime of emotions, joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Let's think of an example where a person inherits a necklace from a relative who suffered from prolonged illness. After wearing the necklace, they might start feeling inexplicably drained or heavy-hearted. It's not the necklace itself that's causing these feelings, but the lingering energy it absorbed. To cleanse jewelry, rinse it under running water, visualizing any negativity washing away. You can also place it in a bowl of salt water overnight and rinse it thoroughly afterward. For delicate items, smudging with incense or placing them near cleansing crystals like clear quartz or selenite can be just as effective. 7. Clothing. Clothing is another item that has a direct connection to our physical and energetic bodies. Just as fabric holds the scent of perfume, it also retains emotional imprints of those who wore it. Wearing secondhand clothing can mean absorbing the energy of someone else's experiences, whether good or bad. Imagine wearing a coat that belonged to someone who faced a lot of struggles. Without realizing it, you might start feeling a heaviness or discomfort that has no apparent cause. This is why it's important to cleanse secondhand clothing before wearing it. Washing with salt water or hanging it under sunlight can help release any lingering negativity. Adding a small amethyst crystal to your wardrobe can also help maintain a positive energy field. 8. Books. Books are not just vessels of knowledge, they are also carriers of energy. A book, especially one that has been handled by many people, can absorb the energy of its readers. This means when you read a secondhand book, you might also be absorbing the emotions and thoughts of its previous owners. Let's say someone buys a novel that belonged to a person who was going through a difficult breakup. The emotions of sadness, loneliness, and confusion that accompanied those readings might still linger in the book. Handling and reading it could subtly transmit those emotions to the new owner. To cleanse books, place them under direct sunlight for a few hours. Smudging with incense or passing them through the smoke of burning sage can also help clear away any unwanted energy. For an additional layer of protection, place a clear quartz crystal on top of the book for a day or two. 9. Plants. Plants are living entities that respond to their environment, absorbing the energy of the places they inhabit and the people who care for them. Bringing a plant into your home without knowing its history can mean inviting unknown energies into your space. Consider a plant that came from a place where there was a lot of conflict or sadness. Even after being transplanted, it could continue to emit the vibrations of its previous environment, subtly influencing the atmosphere of your home. To cleanse a new plant, gently wipe its leaves with a damp cloth, place it in sunlight for a few hours, and consider repotting it into fresh soil. This not only symbolizes a fresh start, but also ensures that the plant's energy is renewed and harmonized with your space.